I know you gonna dig this. Get funky with me.
Here it comes from the Bob Barker Studio at CBS in Hollywood. Television's most exciting hour of fantastic prizes. It's a celebration of Bob Barker's 80th birthday on The Price is Right. Bryce Van Kooten, come on down.
What's going on, everybody? Wait for this truck. How you doing today? So here I am on what's going on, everybody? How you doing today? So here I am. Look at those shadows. Here I am in the Hollywood Hills. In the distance, you can hear leaf blowers and lawnmowers and houses being renovated. Every second, third house always being renovated. When I first came to Hollywood, California, Los Angeles, but this is Hollywood. One of the first houses my friend John and I wanted to see was Bob Barker's house. Why? Because it's Bob Barker's house. It's Bob Barker. His house is right down the street. It's a cultural monument now. It's historic. We are right at the bottom where the Hollywood Hills start. Right over there, like 2 blocks. I was doing those cars going 2 blocks that way. Is Hollywood Boulevard. And where I stay when I come to California, mostly if I'm in Hollywood, I stay at a place just 2 blocks from here. So I walked here, which is awesome. I love that. So I always wanted to do a video about Bob Barker, but I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. You can show his house, because his house is, like I said, a historic monument. It was built by a guy named Charles Toberman in 1929. He also did the houses, not the houses, he did the Egyptian Theater, he did Grauman's Chinese Theater, he did Hollywood, the Roosevelt Hotel, and this is one of the first houses built here. It's called Outpost 2 because it's at the corner of Hillside and Outpost. But yeah, Bob Barker's house is right here. Bob Barker's lived in this house for a very long time. We all know Bob Barker hosted Price is Right, Truth or Consequences, I believe before that, a radio guy, big time animal activist. Does anyone not love Bob Barker? I don't know. And then afterwards, what we're going to do is we're going to visit Bob Barker's grave. That's right, I said grave. Bob Barker is still very much alive. God bless him. He's 98 years old. But he already has his plot. And I thought, well, that's interesting. Let's take a look at that. He's over at, well, he's not there. His future gravesite. And that may sound morbid to some people. It's not to me. I saw my parents' graves with their names on it for years before they passed. My mom just recently, and I saw her name, and she didn't think it was weird either. And a lot of people don't. It's not bad juju, not bad luck, you know. It's just things people do. So Bob Barker already has his grave. Let's hope Bob Barker lives a long, long time. Here's his house. Now, a lot of people use this street, Outpost, as a bit of a shortcut. You're going to see a lot of cars coming by here. And one time, a car drove into the retaining wall here. It was a well-known accident because this is a busy little street, but that's Bob Barker's house right there. He's lived in a very long time. Now I gotta be careful about his license plate showing, so I'm gonna actually go from this angle. I want to be careful, but I'm not putting, when I do celebrity homes up here in the hills, in Beverly Hills, I'm not putting their homes on blast. They're very easily found. Either you can find them with Star Maps, you can Google them, or you know them, right? But this is a very, very impressive, cool little house. And what was I going to say about Bob Barker that was also interesting about this house? Well, he still lives here. Bob Barker's probably in that house right now. Doesn't look that big from the outside, but trust me, all these Hollywood Hills houses are always pretty big. They go back pretty far. And you're going to see car after car after car, because this is a well-known shortcut. Is it a shortcut if everybody knows it's a shortcut? Ask Larry David. It's no longer a shortcut. But if you saw the traffic right now on Franklin, you'd say, well, this is a little bit better. And I have to go back into that traffic now to get my way over to where Bob Barker's future gravesite is going to be. Now, this house has 4 bedrooms, 5,000 square feet. It's valued at about $2.3 million. And what's interesting to me about the fact that Bob Barker still lives here is, I've said before in a few other videos, I'll say it again now, this is the Hollywood Hills. So we're talking, it runs up there far, really far that way. But the Hollywood Hills is more commonly where younger celebrities, Keanu Reeves, he's still relatively young, Leonardo DiCaprio, live up in the Bird Streets. Younger celebrities tend to gravitate towards the Hollywood Hills. And up-and-coming stars, rappers and all that. Hollywood Hills is known a bit more of a party atmosphere. Like I said, I'm just at the very beginning of the Hollywood Hills. If you see other videos of mine, Brittany Murphy and stuff like that, it goes really far deep. But Beverly Hills is where the older established stars. Tom Cruise has one of the biggest houses in Beverly Hills. But I'm talking like, even stars that are no longer around. Elizabeth Taylor, Rock Hudson. I mean, established big-time stars over the age of 50, 60, 70. They've mostly got their homes in Beverly Hills. So Bob Barker has lived here for a very long time and is still hanging on to it. God bless Bob Barker. Right? Slow it down, Tesla. Oh, it was a Prius. I don't know cars. Okay, I know this is a Lexus because it has an L on it. I know this is an Audi because it's got the 4 circles. I know this is a truck because it looks like a truck. So, Bob Barker right there. That's his home. How cool is that? He's still around. He's had a couple of accidents. I know that the police were called not too long ago. A few years ago, he had collapsed outside of his home. He was rushed to the hospital recently with some back pain, but he's still going strong. I hope he lives for a very long time. But let's go see his future grave. Like I said, that may sound morbid. I don't think so. It's just a headstone with some writing on it, and it says Bob Barker.
Come on down!
Let's go. Just to give you an example of some of the architecture around here, very similar to Bob Barker's house. There. I think there's another house right around here. These are all built very, very, almost 100 years ago, some of these houses. Take a look. All right, let's go up further. No, well, we're going to go further in the Hollywood Hills. Then I'm going to make a right. Then I'm going to make another right. Then I'm going to make another right. Then I'm going to make a right. Ah, boy. You know what? I got to go back and get my car for that. I forgot. I got to walk back. So I got to walk back over now. I want to show you those. Get my car and make the drive to Forest Lawn, Hollywood Hills. There's Bob's house. What? Come on down. I just left, Bob. But okay. All right. Just to show you how high we are up in the Hollywood Hills, I thought I would take a little bit of a detour. Back down around and back up through the Hollywood Hills because I love driving these hills. Love it. Take a look. I usually drive them at night, but I do lots of stuff up in the Hollywood Hills, but I don't necessarily stop at these outlooks. Are you ready for this? This is a detour, but it's worth it. What do you say about that? There you go. There you go. Come on. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Look at that. See straight ahead? Capitol Building. Hollywood Bowl. Kurt Cobain's band house just past that green fence. It's the 101. See people going south right now. Not so bad. Coming north, it's always bad around this time of day. Downtown LA straight ahead. Let me get some close-ups here. So there you see the Capitol Building really well. Downtown LA. Hollywood Bowl. Love it. Looking at Hollywood right. Going right along. Sorry, let me back up a bit. Going right in there. Can't see the houses in the Hollywood Hills from this angle. Well, there's one there. There's a couple there. How nice is that? You know, far, far away, we got Long Beach, San Pedro, Pacific Ocean that way, Culver City. It's just crazy how huge the city is, but this is one of the best views you'll ever see. And while I'm here in the Hollywood Hills, Santa Monica Mountains Conservancy Parkland, why not take a look right over here Leave the camera down for the big reveal. So this is where I just was at the overlook, looking out over the city right there. And look what's right there. I don't know what I think he said back it up, asshole. But he couldn't be talking to me unless he's, well, maybe. No, I don't think so. You don't want to see this flat Canadian butt. You back it up, asshole. Okay, so there's the Hollywood sign right there.
Come on down!
I dare him to come back and say that to me when I'm in my car driving away really fast. I dare him to. Hollywood sign right there. How cool. So if you're familiar with my channel, you probably recognize the Forest Lawn sign right there. There it is. And that famous building there, the Forest Lawn and Mortuary right there. This fountain I've taken many shots of. And of course, the impressive gates leading into the cemetery. And what I usually do is it's because it's a video about somebody who's passed on, so I want to treat it with utmost respect. I take some beautiful shots. I hope they're beautiful shots, I should say. I set it to music as I'm going in and getting to the grave. And since the grave I'm visiting, the person is not buried here, just want to show you exactly kind of how I do it. And I usually use a gimbal or something to keep it a little more steady. I'm just hand holding the camera today. But this is it. Beautiful views. It's Providence Medical Center, ABC studios over there as well. Right there. This is the entrance to Forest Lawn. And his headstone is not too far in. It's right off the main road here off to the right. I'm not exactly sure. We'll find it together. But let's go take a look at Bob Barker's future resting place. Once again, Bob Barker still alive. 98 years old and going strong, we hope. So now we're on the other side of the gates. As you can see, I did not drive far at all. There's the first church you see when you come in. The big red church I usually show is straight up the road. That's where John Ritter is, Brittany Murphy, Stan Laurel, others. By my estimates, by Find a Grave, my friends at Find a Grave have pointed me in this direction, right off the main road. And we should find Bob Barker somewhere up here. And looks like there was a funeral earlier today. Over now, it's later in the day. Bob Barker should be right around here somewhere. His headstone, I need to keep saying that just in case. But this is very interesting. Navigate my way through here, and I'm going to look right here. Robert W. Barker, Bob Barker, 1923 to undetermined. And of course, Dorothy Jo Barker, Bob's wife. She died in 1981. Pretty simple headstone. And looks like it's been here probably as long as Dorothy Jo's been laying to rest here. So I'm thinking this has probably been here just as long. Like I said, right there. There's everything I always show in my videos. You know, the signs right there. I like to show those gates, the fountain. Here we are. And I did a complete video from Forest Lawn where I visited over 50 graves. And I did not include Bob Barker because I had planned to do this video at one point separately. But also, when you do 50 graves at Forest Lawn Hollywood Hills, you could do another 100 more with all the famous people that are definitely buried here and interred here. So right behind me, the future gravesite of Bob Barker and his wife Dorothy Jo right beside him. Alright, this was a bit of a different video. Like I've stated probably about 1,000,000 times already because I forget what I've talked about. I'm now just walking down a hill where there's no plots. As you can see behind me here, just a little field. Bob Barker is still very much alive. I need to stress that because I think some people might be still thinking, maybe right in the comments, I didn't know he died. He did not. Still alive, 98 years old. All right, long live Bob Barker. Rest in peace, Dorothy Jo Barker. And from the Hollywood Hills, peace. I was about to say from the Hollywood. Come on down. Come on. Come to Hollywood Hills. There's lots to see. Peace out.
Come on down.